2017. So what is going on, guys? This is Ryan here, and welcome to a totally different kind of video to what I would usually do. It's one which is going to be very interesting for even me to record, and hopefully you guys do enjoy the experience and the output of it. So I recently saw a video posted by PewDiePie, and it was him kind of reviewing his 2017 year, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to be inspired to do the same thing with my own channel, put my own unique spin on things. 2017 has been a very unique year for myself, and I guess a lot has changed on the channel. I figured what I would actually do is go through all of my videos. We're starting way back to the 1st of January 2017. We're going to skim through videos, we're going to react to them, see how things have changed, what my thoughts were at the time, and yeah, I think it can make for a very interesting video to definitely close out the year and enter a new one with. Okay, guys, I'm already breaking exactly what I just said. I've just noticed right here, apparently last year on the 25th of December, that's when I hit my 600k. You see, it's these sort of things that you end up forgetting a lot of this sort of stuff. Like, I had no idea how many subscribers. I was actually thinking the other day, how fast did I grow? Apparently 600k, over 1 million now. That's nearly double the growth in a year. That is absolutely crazy. But anyway, back on track. Let's do this. My first upload, apparently, of last year was Totally Accurate Battle Simulator. That is a game I've been seriously waiting for the longest time. I think you guys have too. As you can see, that video alone got 500,000 views. Dude, that is absolutely nuts. And I think they've been working on that game like timelessly. I do follow them on Twitter. I'm excited to see where that goes. We had Raft. I mean, another game releasing in 2018. Subnautica, Telltale. This was a real good year. That's all I'm saying. 2017 as well was also the year of this. We'll get more on that real soon. I remember January being a fairly unique month in the grand scheme of things. It's generally the month that a lot of content creators don't like because a lot of things dip. People go back to school, university, you know, that sort of thing. For me, I remember it was the year where I first started to make small changes to the stuff I did. I'm seeing one right here, the Resident Evil 7 walkthrough. I remember when I first recorded this part. I mean, I'm looking at the views and the like to dislike. That is absolutely overwhelming right now. Before this point, I remember I played a lot of FNAF, Subnautica, things like that, and I barely got my foot in the door with AAA stuff. 2017 was the year where all that kind of changed, and it was the first start of really, I guess, like a modest change to my channel, and I just kind of decided, like, I want to see if I can really get into this AAA side too, because the games, I've always loved playing them, and I wanted to see if you guys did too.
Whoa! Look how run! Just go.
We know what's coming up.
So what is going on, guys?
Oh, wow, the memories. I remember as well when I played the DLC that recently released, it gave me like an overwhelming state of nostalgia. And look how much, do I look that different right now? What the freak are you looking at like that? I think during this time period as well, it was, I can't talk, I've just realized. When I hear my voice over myself, I can't talk, I'm gonna have to pause the video. Before though, I'd done loads of editing. I would say potentially I over-edit stuff, and I probably still do now a bit. It's something I'm seriously trying to crack down on. As you can see, this was the first ever experience I had with like a AAA. I was experimenting with my editing style, trying to find what worked and see what appealed to you guys. I was so mindset that I couldn't do this. The fact that I was able to do this as like my first ever full Let's Play, I think, of a AAA title, it was a really cool feeling, and I guess it was a changing point, and I realized you guys just allowed me to do so much more with the channel, and honestly enjoy the games I play as much as the ones you enjoy watching. Here's some behind the scenes as well, guys. So you can see Resident Evil Part 3. You can see the thumbnail right there. It's, you know, it's kind of questionable. If we scroll up to Part 4 though, it's not as questionable, yet that one, you know, has been confirmed not appropriate, yet the other one is apparently fine. It just goes to show it really is down to like a personal person reviewing it right now. It was the first time also I did a Try Not to Laugh, which of course got copyrighted, which is why I can barely do them anymore. It's a shame because it's one of my favorite series to do, and I remember when I first edited this one, I had such a blast throughout. Oh yeah, there's another change right there. I gotta check this one out. I remember when I played this, I think I spent 50 minutes editing this whole video. It was one of the shortest things I ever spent editing, yet so many honestly enjoyed this. I guess I was kind of finding my style here and more towards the style that I use now. Though I remember this huge problem I used to have. So like, let me just show you this. Hold up. This is for you techies out there. I'm gonna set this to 60 frames per second, but what you're gonna be noticing, and I was so annoyed, okay, when I discovered this, the video itself is actually in 30 frames per second. It was actually EMBR or Mike who pointed this out to me, and honestly, it's such a small minor thing, but it's changed so much on my channel and the way I do stuff. If you work in Premiere Pro and you render a timeline which is working in 30 frames per second at 60, it stays at 30, and that honestly really sucks. All you do is change the sequence settings and then it's fine. And that's really now why a lot of my stuff looks a lot smoother if you guys watch it in the 60 frames per second, and yeah, it just changed a lot. For the most part though, for this month, and or should I say like the first 4 months of 2017, it was the changing point. It was where I finally got out of like the FNAF thing. I was in this mindset where my FNAF stuff got ridiculous amount of views compared to other stuff, but I stayed determined, kept going, and eventually it paid off and it was awesome. Then came April. Now this was a scary time for every single content creator out there, and honestly, it still is a little bit scary now. The aftermath of the effects are still in play. Limited ads. Now, when it was actually happening in April, there was no way of identifying what was limited and what wasn't. Everything looked the exact same. It was almost disguised, and it was honestly probably one of the most stressful times for so many content creators. I remember discussing all this stuff with my friends too, like Raz, there was Dorko, Umperville. We were all a little bit panicky, even though a lot of us said we wasn't, but it was just scary not knowing or understanding what was even happening behind the scenes, because we were trying to figure out what was going on, and I think everyone was. There was thousands, like literally trying to figure out what the heck is happening. No one knew. No one had the slightest clue, and I think it took them around about 3 months to tell us anything. It was honestly the most stressful time, I think, doing YouTube so far. It didn't make 2017 any worse of a year. It was still a brilliant year all in all, and I had a load of fun. Skipping through to June, this is where I began playing Alien Isolation as well. That was another foot in the door because it was a game that is like kind of in the past. I fancied trying it out on the channel. Probably one of the best things I did. I guess what made this work was even though it was like a 2014 game, because it was a little bit older, no one was playing it in this present day, which allowed me to have like a fresh take on it. And oh man, I remember how into this game I got. It was sensational, and everyone loved it as well. You guys were like rooting for me along the way, giving me tips, and it all amounted to an amazing playthrough. I remember I started doing Geometry Dash a little bit more this year too. That series is one of those crazy ones because I never expected to be that good at this, and I was like, oh cool, it might make for a fun Rage series. I guess that point does actually stand true the more I think about it, but I think people like seeing the progress of like just a standard person trying to beat the game, having their struggles. Me more so, I struggle a lot compared to other people. I think we're in like part 23 of that as well in a year, so you can see how much I've played. Skipping ahead a little bit more, I think it was around July to September, somewhere in that time frame, where we started getting the limited symbol. That is for limited ads on content, so you can actually see what's going on. I can't remember if at that point there was a way to actually request your video to get reviewed, so if it was limited, you just had to literally sit on it, wait patiently. Still, you had no control over what happened. Oh, Duck Season. Oh, wow. Oh, this game was dope, man. In September, I played... Are you kidding? 3 months. You lose track of time so much, too. For any of you guys who watch the series as well, does it seriously feel like I played this like a month ago? You know, what the heck? There's been a lot of great games coming out recently. You definitely lose track of stuff as it's been going. We had chapter 2 and 3 of Bendy and the Ink Machine, and we also had Cuphead. What a game. What a game. Again, this first episode, I remember I spent a lot less time editing it. I had no idea what the response would be. To be honest, I actually really enjoyed the style of how I did this video. I don't know if you guys do as well, but it's something I'm hoping to definitely practice more for 2018. I think for about the past 2 or 3 months, I've been working my butt off to try and get into this new habit of getting the time management to make double uploads happen on a more regular basis. If there's a lot of games going on, it doesn't always happen, but it's one of those creative things that I'm trying to work at. It's a strange mindset I've got right now. I find it harder to actually not edit than to edit, which really honestly makes no sense. You'd think it'd be the other way around, but you get into like a swing of things, whether it's right or wrong, and everyone enjoys it to the max. Like for example, Geometry Dash, I really want to edit that less and honestly talk less. There're just some changes though that I want to make for the new year, and I think they're things I'm definitely going to be working at in 2018. In October, we did the Stanley Parable. What a phenomenal game. I remember I was looking everywhere for like a sequel. There is the beginner's guide, and I might do a playthrough of that in 2018. The Evil Within, Friday the 13th. Oh my goodness, so many great stuff happening here. Simulacra, Little Nightmares. My gosh, like Baby's Nightmare, G-Dash when it updated, and then we had, of course, FNAF, Hidden Agenda. I guess what you can kind of see by the way I'm reading off stuff. Now coming closer to the end of December, my content is so much more varied than what it has ever been before. I'm really happy about that. I'm really proud seeing the type of stuff that I'm doing. Like the 3 random games, I never knew that would work, and I'm so glad I got back into it. I've got so much planned for that too. I want to do like themed episodes, stuff like that. Getting over it. We had Emily wants to play VR stuff, Resident Evil 7 again, which I was so happy to see. Even stuff like Hand Simulator, which was straight up ridiculous. It was just enjoyed. It's been an interesting end of the year. I think it's really opened a lot of doors for 2018 as well with the way I want to see how I do my channel. I'm trying to like change my outlook, and I think 2018 is definitely going to be the year where I upload more videos, more double uploads as I transition into like this new phase and way of editing stuff. Don't worry though, I'm going to keep doing this. Okay? Something I always forget to do as well is just focus on the amount of work through these thumbnails I've done. I work so hard on thumbnails, guys. Like, I will show you in a second the kind of structure to just a simple thumbnail for my stuff. But I'm just scrolling through the past 6 months and wow. That's a lot of content, and I'm glad. I'm glad I was able to bring all of this stuff. And I can't believe I've still managed to build like a following throughout all this stuff. You feel like people are going to drop off, and the fact is, like, when people stick around, it feels amazing. I guess with just so many changes happening on the channel, you don't truly know where you're going to go. And I guess it becomes almost like your personal business. You get so invested in it. And I guess it is like making a big move, I guess, to see if people even enjoy it. Here we are in Photoshop anyway, guys. Check this out. This was the thumbnail for the ending of Simulacra. We've got all these different elements. Let me just scroll down here. You can see, and we've got groups, and inside of these groups, we've got new folders. I do this for literally every single thumbnail I do. And I mean, you can see this is the level of kind of effort I go to some of the stuff. And I mean, I know it's still not perfect, but it's definitely something I'm proud about. And it's like a personal accomplishment. I've developed so many skills in Photoshop as well doing this, and Premiere Pro and After Effects. It's just been a good year of like personal progression and also progression on YouTube, which I guess is kind of personal progression actually. I have no idea how this video is going to turn out, guys, but I guess, again, it's like what I was just saying about doing different stuff and just trying it out. I figured it might be interesting. You know, I haven't been kind of loud for this video. I've been kind of chill. And we've just explored the past year on the channel, the direction it's gone. Maybe this will be a yearly thing. It's kind of reminded me as well, scrolling through stuff. I do want to start a reading your comments series. I remember ages ago, I mentioned opening like a fan mail thing. Still something I want to look at doing with like a PO box. And then I guess we're just going to see where 2018 takes us. Hopefully up, because I mean, 2017 was a massive change. I figured like 2016 was kind of my limit, and that was amazing. But somehow in 2017, it continually went uphill. And yeah, I didn't expect that. If 2018 does the same, that would be crazy. And if it doesn't, well, I'm going to be incredibly happy still with what I've achieved. All right then, guys. Well, thank you very much for watching this video anyway. And I guess I'm going to see you in 2018. And that's not actually a pun. I'm hoping this video is going to go up on the 31st. If it's not, you know, limited. Please, YouTube, not this time like you did on Christmas. But if you guys did enjoy this video anyway, why not drop me that like rate? And hey, if you're new around here, why not subscribe for more videos just like this one right here? So thank you so much for watching this video, guys. I of course hope you did enjoy. And I will, of course, see you on the next one.